Hi there, welcome to my channel or welcome back to my channel. My name is Lynn and I pulled us a daily card from the Archangel Fire Oracle deck in case anyone is interested. And the card that came out is number 15, Jophiel, Archangel Jophiel. She represents joy. So she shows up when life has become too heavy. So maybe you're feeling like life has become too heavy recently. Maybe you've been carrying things for a long time like worry, resentment, disappointment, guilt, old memories, responsibilities, other people's problems, or just too much mental noise. And her message is that you don't have to carry all of this anymore. She isn't saying pretend that everything is wonderful. She's saying that you're allowed to experience happiness again. Even if there are things still even if there's things in your life that aren't perfect, okay? Archangel Jophiel brings lightness. She asks you to stop focusing on what is wrong, what has happened, what you don't have, or what you cannot change, and start making some room for what feels good, beautiful, peaceful, and alive. What Jophiel wants you to understand is that you've been carrying too much. Um, Too much mental. This is probably the biggest message of this card, okay? Carrying too much. There's a difference between dealing with all your responsibilities and emotionally carrying everything. You can take care of things without carrying them inside your heart 24 hours a day. I can really resonate with this. She's encouraging you to ask, what am I worrying about that I cannot control? Or what am I still holding on to from the past? Or whose problems am I carrying? What guilt am I unnecessarily carrying? What anger or resentment is taking up space in me? What things in my life have become emotionally exhausting? And what do I need to finally say I'm done carrying this? Archangel Jophiel is about making room. It could be physical clutter. It could be emotional clutter. Jophiel isn't only about feeling joyful. She also encourages you to clear your surroundings. Sometimes our physical environment reflects what's happening internally. A cluttered room can make the mind feel cluttered. old possessions can carry memories. Things you haven't used in years can represent things you're emotionally reluctant to release. If so, Jofiel is saying clean it out or clear it out. Just let it go. You don't have to throw everything out, but maybe ask yourself, does this still bring, or does this still belong in the life I'm creating? And if the answer is no, then release it. Basically, she's asking you to clear some space for greater clarity and happiness. She's strongly connected to mental clarity. So some of you may be overthinking something. You may be going over conversations repeatedly in your mind. You may be imagining every possible negative outcome. You may be spending too much time thinking about something that happened yesterday or last month or years ago. If that resonates with you, her message is to stop feeding the thought that keeps making you unhappy. Not every thought deserves your attention. You don't have to solve everything tonight. You don't have to understand everything that happened. Sometimes clarity comes after you stop obsessing over the question. You know, our Archangel Jophiel is called the angel of joy because joy isn't necessarily something that magically appears. Sometimes you have to make room for it. So that could mean laughing more, getting outside, listening to music, spending time with someone who makes you feel good, doing something creative, taking yourself somewhere you enjoy, decorating your home, getting rid of things that remind you of painful times, allowing yourself to play, doing something because you enjoy it. She wants you to remember your life is not supposed to be only responsibilities and problems and obligations. There's supposed to be pleasure in it too. Okay? For some of you, if you're struggling emotionally, then this is a gentle message. Okay? You don't have to stay emotionally attached to something because it hurt you. You don't have to stay emotionally attached to something because it hurt you. You can acknowledge what happened. You can learn from it. You can be angry about it. You can grieve it, and then eventually you can say, this doesn't get to take any more of my happiness. That's very jovial energy, because she isn't asking you to forget. She's asking you to stop allowing the past to occupy all of the space where your future happiness could live. For some of you, you have to let something go. Maybe identify one emotional burden you've been carrying and consciously release it. Make the choice to release it. Clean something out. Your closet, drawer, room, some paperwork, old photographs, anything that represents accumulated energy. Stop feeding negative thoughts. When you catch yourself spiraling, just ask yourself, is thinking about this helping me? And most likely it isn't, so just it's just mind control, right? Your conscious mind taking control of your subconscious mind. Find something beautiful. Could be nature, music, art, your home, flowers, animals, a sunset. Archangel Jophiel wants you to deliberately notice beautiful things. Notice beauty. Do something because it truly makes you happy. Not because it's productive, not because someone needs you to, not because you should, but because you enjoy it. And give yourself permission to feel good. That's really important. Sometimes people become so accustomed to stress that happiness almost feels unfamiliar. Archangel Jophiel is here to tell you that it's okay to let yourself enjoy your life. Clear away what is weighing you down so that you can actually recognize and receive what is good. You could have wonderful things around you and still be unable to enjoy them if your mind is consumed by old pain. Jophiel wants to change that. She brings illumination, seeing things differently. Something that once seemed overwhelmingly important may begin to look smaller. Something you thought you needed to keep may no longer feel important. Something you thought you couldn't forgive may gradually lose its power over you. And something you've overlooked may suddenly become beautiful. If you're thinking about a relationship right now Jophiel is asking, does this relationship bring more light into your life or more heaviness? It doesn't mean automatically ending a relationship, okay? It doesn't automatically mean ending a relationship. It just means looking honestly at the energy of it. Healthy relationships should leave room for laughter and affection, friendship, freedom, appreciation, beauty, peace, and genuine happiness. If you feel like you're constantly walking on eggshells or worrying or explaining yourself, feeling guilty or trying to make someone else happy, then she's asking you to examine that. Because joy matters, okay? If you're struggling with your work or with money, she's telling you don't allow your entire identity to become what you do. You may need more balance. She can also suggest that creativity, beauty, or something you genuinely enjoy could become more important in your work. If some of you are facing a decision, she's asking you which choice gives you more life, not which choice looks better on paper. She represents the idea that light changes your perspective. Your perspective. Her energy represents illumination, seeing what was previously hidden, understanding what you couldn't understand before, recognizing beauty where you previously saw only pain, and realizing that you have more choices than you thought you did. Jovial's yellow light illuminates the areas of life where we feel unhappy or dissatisfied, and she helps us release what we no longer need. So stop carrying what is no longer yours. Stop allowing old pain, old memories, old worries to occupy all of your emotional space. Clean out what has become heavy. Simplify your life. Look for beauty again. Laugh again. Play again. Let yourself experience pleasure without feeling guilty about it. You don't need to have every problem solved before you're allowed to be happy. Okay? And remember, this is really important, okay? Remember, you don't have to earn joy. You're allowed to have it right now. Not when everything is fixed, not when everyone else is happy, not when you've finally solved the past, but now. You're worthy now. Release what weighs you down. Make room for beauty and happiness. Allow yourself to enjoy your life again. Okay? Time to make up some room. Release the past. Clear away any negativity. And open your heart to joy, beauty, peace, and new happiness. So that is your message for today. Thank you so much for allowing me to channel this message. I'm sending you lots of love and strength. Take care. Bye.